Good evening, Internet. If you don't know me, my name's Pleated Pants. I play sports on the Internet. And today, we're going to be talking about something pretty special. We're going to be talking about the 5th season of the Bespoke Football League coming back. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be focusing on the first football game that is being released this cycle, and that's college football. If you're watching this video or if you're in the live stream right now, you know how excited everyone is about this football game. It's been 11 years. There's been a whole host of people that have been playing the game constantly, either through old consoles or the college football revamped system. And there is a palpable excitement that you can just sense everywhere where sports are played on the internet. And it is the same here. We're very excited. We have done some very preliminary steps on figuring out what the Bespoke Football League is going to look like for the college football 25 game. That's what today's really all about. We're going to be going through some information, and today is going to culminate in me doing a wheel spin to decide who's the BFL dynasty that I'm going to be taking in for testing purposes before we start the actual BFL, probably in a couple weeks, barring any game-breaking bugs or anything that kills the immersion of a year-long online franchise. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk a little bit about the foundation of the Bespoke Football League. We're going to talk specifically about college football information and how the BFL is going to be running in that. We will save talk about Madden until we know more about Madden in the weeks to come. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what can people new and old expect from a content perspective from the Bespoke Football League this year, and give you some contact information, Discord information to be able to do everything that is needed for the league. And then finally, we're going to do that wheel spin where we got all 135 teams that are in the league, and we're going to do a wheel spin where everyone that gets picked gets thrown out until there's just one left, and that's the team that we're going to use to do our testing for the BFL. Use it for settings, gameplay, try to figure out what tweaks need to be done to make the Bespoke Football League College Edition the best. Hey, Ali, how are you doing? It's good to see you too. How are you? So, let's get right into it. This isn't going to be very long, and this is going to be repetitive for a lot of people, but I think that there's going to be a lot of new eyes on college football this year, specifically this game, and I think there's going to be a lot of interest in what people are doing for online franchises. Let me tell you a little bit about the Bespoke Football League. It started in 2020 with a group of us here that were just playing games online, thinking that it would be fun to do a little league. I think the first one we ran was on Xbox, whatever the old Xbox was called, Xbox One maybe. And we probably only had 8 to 10 people that were in it. Over the years, we've grown. Last year, we ran 4 full leagues, and last year a full league was 24 user teams per NFL league, and we run leagues that go 2, 3, 4, 5 years for each of the cycles. So from that, we have completed roughly 30 seasons overall in the Bespoke Football League. We have a simple set of rules that we have kind of modified over time. They're really sort of codified, and they work well for the professional game, and we expect that they'll be needed to tweak a little bit for the college game, but the general idea is always going to be the same. The league is community focused. It's filled with people that are in here that are engaged in the Twitch stream, on YouTube comments, in the Discord. We are a group of friends, and we're a community and a family first. We are competitors second. And to that, we try to make sure that we don't do things that are glitchy, cheesy, game breaking. Even though that Madden is a football game, it's a arcade version of real football, and we try to take some of that arcadiness out based on our rules, based on just our general way that we want to run the league. We're all like-minded in that fact. We don't glitch the game. We try to have fun. And the rule number one that we started this thing 5 years ago was be more kind. Be more kind, play football games. And that is what this thing is all about. We have continued to grow over those 5 years, and we're now at a spot where I think that the league is as solid, strong, and as competitive as it has ever been. Here's the logos. We keep a little variation of the themes. For you, everyone knows I'm a simple farm kid from Kansas that just happened to went to the University of Colorado. And we took a little bit of inspiration from the Kansas colleges for our college logos. And this is what you're going to be seeing through the internet through the course of this year for these leagues. We got kind of a KU themed Xbox League, and we got a Kansas State themed PlayStation 5 League. Like always, those logos are on the Discord. They're there for you to download. They're there for you to use on any content that you end up making that is Bespoke League related and kind. And we would appreciate you using them, but they're absolutely not required. But they're there for you to use. Wave right now, we're just getting people signing up. We don't have team selection hammered home yet. We're going to be figuring that out when we can get into the game on Monday, and I see different options of what we're going to do. Like right now, the idea is perfect segue on this screen right here. We're going to have one Xbox Series X/S league, one PS5 league. We'll have 32 max teams per league. We're going to focus on the 4 power conferences. That is at least my intention right now, because with the 32 teams, if we stick to the power 4, we will be able to... Hey, Martin Midwest! Thank you for the follow. How are you doing? Who's your favorite college football team? So yeah, we're going to fill the conferences evenly. And the way that works is basically every conference will be half full. And I think that will be a perfect sweet spot for this league that is filled with a variety of skilled players. That will give most players, a good number of CPU games to be able to play, with the intent and the hope that, almost everyone can then make a bowl game. And that's always been kind of the sweet spot for the league. As we've grown in Madden and are filling up the leagues more, there's more and more people that don't make playoffs in every single year. And, I don't know if there's necessarily a feel bad, but man, like I know last year I was fighting for that 8th playoff spot in leagues almost all the time. And what it did do is it made those last few games of the season matter a lot. And I think that the same thing will happen and translate here, that you need to beat the teams that you need to beat, then you should beat. And if you do, then you're going to put yourself into position to be in line for a bowl. Brando, yeah, we're absolutely looking for people to sign up. Let me get you the rule book, the link for the rule book, and this goes for anyone. read it. Make sure that it's the league that's right for you. Brando knows what we got going on here. He's been here a long time. If you like the way that it sounds, there is a link to a Google form in that rulebook. Matches, actually, I'm hoping that we have Neon Sports again. So here's the hope. Here's the hope that this game has a companion app that allows us to export league information. If it is able to export league information, Neon Sports, our provider for league websites for last year in the Madden leagues, said that they will make a NCAA website that allows all that information to get extracted, collated, and put into, I think, that a really nice looking website. So hopefully, so I say that, and one of the things that allows for in the game is they got a Discord bot that I just got to put in a couple command lines, and it creates Discord threads for each one of the games. And then it's the responsibility of the folks that are in the league to check the Discord every game week and start to set up the times to play with their fellow users. It worked really, really well last year. Let me pause 1 second here to get this rulebook link. Sorry about this. Copy text. Here we go. Oh, it was fun. It was fun to raid you the other day, Dalaron. I wish I could have stayed a little bit longer. Like at the end of the streams anymore, I'm an old man and I need to go to sleep. And so I didn't get to hang out as much, but it was fun watching you go through the City Skylines thing while I was able to watch. Yeah, Ali, awesome. So link that I just put into the Discord, into the Twitch chat, is for that. And it looks like, can I not get to TikTok chat? Like, did it did it air out again? No. Here, I'll put it right there. Day Tripper, Texas Day Tripper, thank you for the follow. How are you doing? Who's your favorite college football team? All right, so like I was saying, we're going to be Power 4 conferences focused. We're going to be splitting them up evenly, so there's an even distribution of players in each one of those conferences. And I know that there's going to need to be more specific information. How are we going to select teams? What are the specific rules going to be? How are we going to handle conference realignment? How are we going to handle other things in the game that I just don't know until I get my hands on it? First thing that I'm going to be doing on Monday when I can get my hands on it is to try to figure out some of those things and have discussions with my co-commissioners to make sure that we get the things all set up properly to have a wonderful league this year. No created players. So one thing we got to decide is how we're going to deal with rosters. Right now, I'm thinking that we're just going to start with the regular rosters and go from there. Everyone should be, only 32 teams. Everyone should be able to get a very good team unless they want a very bad team. So I think that there shouldn't be any sort of major competitive advantage issues. But that's one of those things that I got to really I got to get into the game and I got to figure it out. University of Texas and Baylor. So, like that doesn't surprise me. You got Texas Day Tripper. It makes it easier now with Texas in the SEC and Baylor in the Big 12, doesn't it? Like you don't have to worry about allegiances when it comes to the conferences. All right. So we go on. What are we going to do during the season? What we do during the season is, as you all know, that I now have current girlfriend here living with me as current fiance, and my stream days are have a little bit more competition with her rightfully so. I like spending time with her. So we're going to try to get onto a pretty constant 3 night a week stream schedule, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. So Wednesday is going to be Wild Card Wednesday. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Thursday is going to be just sort of a game day for the BFL. And then on Sunday nights, we're going to do this Bespoke League primetime like we've been doing for the last few years. So Wildcard Wednesdays. It's going to start on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Central. It's going to be focused primarily for non-BFL content. So that can mean other games. I'm hoping to play a good amount of NBA 2K with the community this year. I'm a big Magic player and would like to be able to get some stream time to be able to play that. I always try to play FC a little bit, and then everyone knows that I'm a big MLB guy. So we're just going to use it to see what's fun, right? There's new content that we really want to look at in MLB. Like maybe we'll go into that. If the crew wants to play NBA, we'll obviously do that. And then what we'll also do is we'll use it for non-BFL football stuff. So if I want to play College Ultimate Team or MUT, if I want to do an offline dynasty, if I want to do a road to glory, that will be primarily on Wednesdays. The other thing that we're going to see is that not all the time can the games for the week get scheduled on a Thursday. So any spillover BFL related content will also be prioritized. If someone can't play on Thursday and they can't play on Wednesday, we'll obviously play our games there. It also may be a shorter stream. There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes to be able to do all the stuff that I want from a content perspective. And with me not having as much available free time as I did during the pandemic, I might cut the Wednesday stream short to be able to work on some of those things in a dedicated time. BFL Game Day will be our content on Thursdays. It's going to be primarily focused on the games that are scheduled to be played from Monday through Thursday. And then what we're going to do, and this is a change from last year, our advance time is going to be on Thursday at the end of stream, roughly 10 p.m. Central. We will do it on stream. We'll set up the Discord, we'll update the websites, and we'll probably go through and talk about the week that was a little bit at the end. This is going to work better for me rather than doing both of the advances on nights that weren't at nights that we streamed. So I hope that this works for everyone, and I think that it will allow for the cadence of gameplay to be done a little bit more smoothly rather than doing it at 6 p.m. on Mondays and 6 p.m. on Fridays. Likewise, BFL Primetime will be the big night of the content. We're going to start it at a little bit earlier. We're going to start it at Sundays at 4 p.m. Central Time. We're going to focus on those Friday through Sunday BFL games. Likewise, that we do on Thursday, BFL will advance live on stream at the conclusion of the BFL Primetime, roughly at 10 p.m. Central. Same thing, we'll advance, we'll get the websites updated, we'll get Discord all settled, and while we're doing that, we'll talk about the week that was, look at any interesting things that happened during the advance, and just generally use it as a time to close out the night. But the big thing is BFL Primetime is really our flagship content. It's why that we're starting it at 4 p.m. rather than 6 p.m. because we just need more time to get through everything that is in a normal BFL Primetime. We're going to have news and we're going to have announcements. We're going to do our power rankings and our weekly coaches poll that we arrange through Discord. We'll have broadcasted games of the week. Sometimes we'll co-stream them if people have live games that they want us to watch, or we will find something from a VOD of the week before, and I will basically commentate over it, maybe have some special guests along for the ride, and generally just talk about the game, talk about the BFL, and watch our really good players play on this platform. And then the final thing that we try to do, if there is enough interest, is that I will create a top 10 type video that I call the tailor-made top 10, and we'll go through and we'll see some of the best plays of the week. If we're having a hard time getting people putting in 10 plays a week, we might do it bi-weekly, we might do a bigger video monthly. We'll figure out the right way and the right cadence to get stuff going. Some years this has been really good, other years it hasn't been all that great. Fitz, thank you for the follow. How are you doing? Who's your favorite college football team? And then the other thing that could happen on primetime nights, and really they could happen on game day nights also on Thursdays, is the idea of having other content collaborations with people in the BFL community. So if there's something that you're thinking about wanting to be able to do from a content perspective, then let's talk about it and let's see if we can collaborate and we can find ways to be able to enhance the content for the entire league. I know that there are a lot of streamers that play all of their games on stream. They have their very specific setups and things that they love to do, and I think that that's fantastic. But if there's anything that anyone wants to do in conjunction with me in official capacity on some of the Bespoke Football League streams, please reach out to me and let's talk. Lastly, we have some contact information. I told you that the Discord is the best place to go to be able to get all related Bespoke Football League information. The rule book's there, the sign-in form is there, league discussion, basically everything. It's needed, it's required. There is a link in the chat and or the description of the video that can show you where to go to get them. And yeah, just see if we vibe with you. Like I said, that we got a small rule book, but it's a rule book that we are very that we care about a lot. We want the league to run in the way that we want it to run. Like I said, it's community focused first. It is competitive second. I always say that this is a casually competitive league. It's not saying that there's not really good players. We got some very good players, but we are playing with the community in mind first and breaking the game second. And so it's something that we take really seriously. And if this is something that interests any of you that are here right now, I'd love to talk more to you about that. Yeah, like the idea, Ali, last year was to have like an actual presentation team, and a couple years ago, we were able to get some people in a Discord chat with me while on stream, and it was a lot of fun talking about Madden, talking about football, talking about the league while we're watching other people play games. So if any of that interests you whatsoever, let's talk. Discord's the best. Send me a private message on Discord. But if you got me on any of the other socials, please feel free to reach out there. I might be a little bit slower to respond if it's not Discord. Discord's like my primary number one place that I go to be able to do all of this stuff. And so that is a small rundown of what the BFL is. I wanted to do this here on Sunday when the game wasn't released, because when the game releases, I want to play it and I don't want to be doing administrative stuff. But like I said, we've been doing this for 5 years now. We got a really good group of people. I got co-commissioners that I trust. We got players that have been playing with us for the entirety of those 5 years. And every year we bring new people aboard. Like last year, Solar Chris joined us, and he fits perfectly inside the league. If you're looking for a group of mostly older gamers that aren't looking to break the game and just having a good time, this will be the league for you. If you sign up, I can't guarantee that you'll get a spot. Like I said, we have had a lot of interest and a lot of players that have played in the past. But if you're not in the first round, there's always usually a waiting list, and there's always a constant churn of people.